Okay, for the 2-inch Powerfist fire pump, the one on the red cart, we're going to use the glossy suction hose. It's got the white foot valve on it. So before we connect this, if we can, we're going to submerge this. This will help us to prime the pump. So we'll submerge it completely. Try to make sure you don't get any dirt inside. So we're just going to submerge both ends and let it get some water inside. Once that's filled up, we're going to connect it on the pump suction side. So if you've never seen a pump or used a pump, first thing we're going to do is we're going to have these little wings here on the quick connect open all the way. We're going to push that onto the suction side. That's the side that comes into the middle of the pump. We're going to push that on. Once we've got it on, we're going to clamp it down. Once it's clamped down, there is a retaining clip. If this is a real fire and it's going to be fought for a little while, we're going to put that clip in here to keep these tabs from opening back up. So that way we don't lose suction in the middle of an actual fire. So we're going to use those retaining clips. Once that's done, we've got water in there. We've also got to connect this hose here. Now, once the proper fittings are in place, currently not the proper fittings, we are going to connect these two fittings like so. This hose will then be ready to go. It will obviously not be charged. Then, to continue priming the pump, there are some pump-filled jugs inside of the trailer. We're going to open up this priming plug here. Once this priming plug is open, being careful not to lose this O-ring, we are going to fill here until water gurgles out the top. And we are going to put this back on here. Now, ideally, there's 2 people at this stage working on the system. One person's going to work on getting the engine running, and the other one is going to agitate the foot valve. It's like a check valve. So you're going to hold it in the water, and you're going to give it a shuffle back and forth. What that does is that allows the water to come in, to get trapped, and then as we go back this way, the foot valve opens. So we're bringing water in while someone's starting the pump. Now to start the pump, we're going to switch this switch to the on position. Once that's in the on position, electronically, it's good to go. The electric circuit's good to go. Then we have some switches over here. If you're not familiar with mechanics or engines, the first thing we need to do is turn on the gas. So this lower lever here, we're going to turn on the gas. This should be in the off position when this is in storage. That keeps the fuel from getting into the carb and gumming everything up. Stabilizer will be added to the gas tank, but we will turn this to the on position. We will turn this here choke to the on position. And then this is our throttle. You can see Turtle is slow, Bunny is fast. So we've got that throttle. I'm going to ramp it up a little bit. Then we're going to give it a pull. Now with the pump primed, we'll give it a pull. The motor will turn over. We'll turn the choke off at that point. So we've turned the choke off. Got the gas on. Increase the throttle. We have a running pump. We'll switch it off. Hit the off button. So that's how this pump operates. It does use this glossy hose, as I mentioned. When we're all done, we're going to make sure we drain everything. We're going to drain this hose. We're going to drain the fire hose that was used. And we're also going to pull the drain plug on the pump. We're going to let everything dry out. We're going to make sure all of those plugs go back in when we're complete. It would be ideal if this ever gets used to make sure that you let the council at the village know that it's been used. So that's a quick rundown on how this pump works. If you have trouble getting water to go out and you're priming this by yourself, you can prime it with the water in the hose. You can pour the water in the top. When you've got your hose connected here, sometimes it helps to just choke off the hose a little bit, to pinch it off a bit. Once you feel that surge starting to come, you open it back up, just unkink the hose, and that'll help the water to flow. Sometimes you want to make sure the nozzle on the hose is open. That helps to increase the draft and the drag, and it acts to help suck everything down that hose and get it out. So on startup, if you're having trouble after you've got it primed and maintaining that prime, you might just kink the hose a little bit to get it to build up a bit, and then let it go, and that'll help to pull more water through the system. So hopefully that helps. Okay, if the fire that you're fighting is a little bit too big or out of control, or it's a grass fire and it's spreading quickly, you can add extra hoses to the system. There is a limit here. We have a single gated Y, and I'll show you what that is. So first, we've got our fire hose here. We can disconnect this, but if we do that while everything's charged, we're going to have a heck of a mess and it's going to be hard to control. So what we have is a clamp. This will be located at the front of the trailer. The way this clamp works, if you look at it here, we take the clamp, we insert the hose. This is a charged hose, pretend it's full of water. We put the clamp on the hose, and then we clamp the hose shut. So now that hose is clamped shut. We can disconnect this with a charged hose. We don't have to worry about losing all of our water or having the hose go all over. We disconnect the nozzle. We go to the gated Y. It's got 245 degrees on it here. It's called a gated Y because it's a gate valve type scenario inside, and it's a Y shape. We connect the gated Y, and we snug that up using those wrenches that you saw earlier. Once the gated Y is connected, we can then connect a new hose to the system. And on that new hose, we can add an additional nozzle. So now we can have two hoses, one running this way and one running that way, to be operated by two people. We simply disconnect the clamp, and the water is going to rush through again, and we have a fully charged system at that point. So that's what this little device is for. It's just a clamp and a shut off, and that's what this gated Y is for. So the gated Y and the clamp will both be located in the front of the trailer in this box. Also in this box is additional nozzles for the second hose.